This video is a review of NTT's FY 2024 full-year financial results, period from April 2024 to March 2025. NTT, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone Corporation is a major Japanese telecommunications company. NTT is one of the largest telecom companies in the world and plays a key role in Japan's communication infrastructure alongside SoftBank Corp. And KDDI. FY 2024 Consolidated Results Highlights. For fiscal year 2024, operating revenues increased, while operating profit and net profit both declined. Operating revenues reached a record high of 13,704 billion yen, reflecting a year-on-year increase of 330.2 billion yen, or 2.5%. Despite the revenue growth, EBITDA fell by 5.2% from the previous year, and operating profit declined by 14.2% year-on-year. Profit attributable to shareholders dropped significantly to 1 trillion yen, marking a 279.5 billion yen, or 21.8% decrease compared to FY 2023. A decline in profit had been expected from the beginning of FY 2024, but unfortunately, the net profit dropped by around 20% after all. Contributing factors by segment for fiscal year 2024. Consolidated operating revenues for fiscal year 2024 amounted to 13,704 billion yen, reflecting a year-on-year increase of 330.2 billion yen. The integrated ICT business segment rose by 73.1 billion yen. The regional communications business segment decreased by 70.9 billion yen. And the global solutions business segment increased by 271.3 billion yen. Despite this revenue growth, NTT's consolidated operating profit declined by 273.3 billion yen year-on-year, totaling 1,649.6 billion yen. The Global Solutions business segment contributed positively to profit, with an increase of 14.3 billion yen. However, operating profit from both the integrated ICT business segment and the regional communications business segment declined significantly. This is due to a continued decrease in profits from mobile phone and landline services. The Global Solutions business segment is expected to continue growing in the future. This segment mainly includes system integration services, network system services, cloud services, global data center services, and other related services. FY 2025 Forecast Summary. All operating revenues, EBITDA, operating profit, and net profit are expected to increase year-over-year. Operating revenues are projected to rise by 485.3 billion yen to 14,190 billion yen. And net profit is forecasted to rise by 40 billion yen, reaching 1,040 billion yen. Fiscal year 2025. Forecast Summary by segment. For fiscal year 2025, NTT forecasts an increase in operating revenue across all business segments. The integrated ICT business segment expects revenue to rise by 122.9 billion yen, while the regional communications business segment projects a modest increase of 7.7 billion yen. The global solutions business segment anticipates a significant rise of 291.3 billion yen. In terms of operating profit, the forecast is more mixed. The Global Solutions business segment expects strong growth, with profit rising by 198.2 billion yen. The Regional Communications business segment anticipates a slight increase of 1.5 billion yen. However, the Integrated ICT business segment forecasts a decrease in profit by 54.5 billion yen. The mobile and fixed-line businesses are likely to continue facing challenges going forward. Shareholder returns. For fiscal year 2025, NTT forecasts annual dividends per share of 5.3 yen, marking an increase of 0.1 yen from fiscal year 2024. This would represent the 15th consecutive year of dividend increases, reflecting the company's consistent commitment to returning profits to shareholders. In addition, NTT plans substantial share buybacks to further improve capital efficiency. NTT will repurchase up to 1.5 billion shares, which is approximately 1.81% of its outstanding shares, with a total repurchase limit of 200 billion yen. The buyback period is scheduled from May 12, 2025 to March 31, 2026. Status of shareholder count. The total number of shareholders has tripled since March 2023, rising from 0.92 million to 2.68 million as of March 2025, setting a new record high. The age distribution of shareholders also shows diversification. Shareholders in their 20s to 40s saw notable increases. The stock split has significantly increased the numbers of individual investors. Since individual investors are generally known to hold their shares for the long term, this could help bring more stability to NTT's stock price. Changes in dividends. NTT has demonstrated a consistent increase in annual dividends per share over the years. Alongside the increase in dividends, NTT's payout ratio has also evolved, indicating the proportion of earnings distributed to shareholders. These changes reflect NTT's commitment to providing consistent and increasing returns to its shareholders over the long term. Record of share buybacks. NTT announced a new share buyback program authorizing the repurchase of up to 200 billion yen worth of shares, approximately 1.81% of outstanding shares. In recent years, NTT has been conducting share buybacks annually. As a result, the value per share has continued to increase. NTT Data Tender Offer. NTT has announced plans to take its subsidiary NTT Data private by acquiring the remaining shares it does not own for approximately 2.37 trillion yen, offering 4,000 yen per share, a 34% premium through a tender offer. NTT currently holds 57.7% of the IT services provider. The purpose of NTT's tender offer is to fully integrate NTT data in order to improve management efficiency, accelerate decision-making, and strengthen global competitiveness. Stock price. This is the Japanese yen-based chart for the last 1 year. The Japanese yen stock price is 154 yen as of May 9th, and the US dollar stock price is $26.6 as of May 9th. Current PBR is 1.24 and PER is 12.2. Dividend yield is 3.45%. Compared to recent years, the PER is slightly higher, but the PBR and dividend yield suggest that the current stock price remains relatively undervalued. Although recently the stock price had been gradually rising, it climbed slightly after the earnings announcement. With annual share repurchases being conducted, the EPS has remained relatively stable, and the dividend yield of 3.45% is also reasonably attractive. Conclusion. The forecast for fiscal year 2025 shows a slight increase in both revenue and profit. Additionally, there's a dividend increase and a share buyback program, so the stock price has risen in the short term. KDDI and SoftBank are in a similar situation, but the telecommunications business in Japan is saturated, so significant future growth in that area is unlikely. NTT Data becoming a wholly owned subsidiary, profit growth in the global solutions segment is expected to continue. Although NTT's current situation is challenging, shareholder returns remain stable, making this one of the Japanese stocks worth holding for the long term.